Hey, this is PJ with CLKsupplies, and in this video I'm going to be going over the difference between a round impressioning file and a Pippin impressioning file. Now, this is a question we get asked quite a bit, and that is, what is the best file for impressioning? Now, I want to be real clear that you can really use any file for impressioning as long as you pay close attention to the diameter or the width of the cut, which is also known as the root of the cut, which is the base of the cut on the key. And I'll go over all this in just a moment. But I just want to be really clear that you can use really any key file. Now, this is the round key file, which is it's just round. And as you can see, it gets bigger, the diameter gets larger the farther it goes up the file. And this is the Pippin key file. Now, I went ahead here and made these couple images to kind of give you a real close-up of what they look like. So the round is round, right? The larger, like I said, the farther you go up the file, the larger the diameter gets. Where the Pippin file has this real lower spot here, kind of looks like an upside down teardrop. And this is really perfect for like the root or the base of the cut, because as you can see here, it's kind of hard to see in the video, but it's consistent all the way through. But the farther you get down the file, the wider it gets. So it kind of mimics a cut on a key, right? So right here would be like a little shallower cut, and then the deeper cut is going to have the wider angles. Now, why is this important? And let me grab these keys here. So this is just some Y11 space and depth keys. But as you can see here, the width, the root of each one of these cuts is really, really small. And like a Y11 like this here is a pretty popular key that you would try to hand file impression. And as you can see here, if we were to impression these based on the cuts that you can see here, is that anywhere really past right here, you're going to start moving into a different space. So the tendency when you're hand filing is to kind of go like this instead of like this. And so when you get to right here, you're almost covering two different spaces. And that's obviously going to make it to where if you have like a deep next to a shallow cut, you're going to make that shallow cut too deep, and the key's not going to work, and you're going to feel like, you know, you're not seeing any marks and you're not able to impression. Whereas a Pippin file, when you put it on here, as you can see, you can really get all the way into about right here, and you're still well within just this particular cut. So a Pippin key file is going to make it much easier to impression, but you can also use a round. Now, the round are about a third of the price as a Pippin file, so they're really, really popular, which is definitely fine. You just got to really make sure that you are staying within the actual cut and you're not cutting too many spaces. Now, I went ahead here and on this Y11 key, let me just put a few more. So this is usually how you see guys trying to hand file. And if you compare these two, you can just see that, try to get a good angle here for you, that this one cut, this one file I made, look, you can see it's about 1.5 spaces. And so that's what's going to cause you a lot of problems if you use a round file and you're allowing yourself to get in here. So if you're impressioning a key like a Y11, you want to make sure you're staying real close here and not getting too far. If you're using a Pippin key file, that gives you a lot more flexibility. So that's the difference between a Pippin file and a round file. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.